When you're working in ALEKS, it's important to pay attention to the intermediate objective. Underneath your pie, it states the due date for the next objective, how many days that you have until that due date. Now those days include holidays and weekends. So you're really going to need to look at a calendar and kind of figure out how many school days you have left until that due date. Also, it tells you how many topics you have left to master. Now, as you can see, you also have these little dashed lines on your pie chart. What that means is that you are supposed to be filling in this piece of the pie all the way up to this white dashed line. So you've got quite a few number of topics to work on in the real numbers and linear equations here. And you can see a few more topics in rational expressions and functions, but there's nothing available here yet. That means you're going to need to do some of these other topics first before you are able to do the topics in this section. So it's kind of like having prerequisites. In order to do some of the topics in here, there's some prerequisites that you need to do first. Okay? So just keep working in those other areas. So you can see here you just have a few topics in the green section as well. Okay? So start working in those areas. We've got a few here in this orange section, just a few in these other sections, a lot in this one here in this chapter. So you're just going to keep working on those topics and make sure that you focus on this intermediate objective. Remember that the topics towards the end, the last few topics that are left, usually tend to be the more difficult ones, and you're going to want to give yourself some time for that. Don't try to meet the intermediate objective on that due date. Give yourself a few extra days. That way, if you run into some problems, you have enough time to look up videos, call me and contact me, and meet me for tutoring if you need to.